Hello, my name's Mandy and this is my channel Make It Sew. Today is Friday Sews. Friday Sews was brought to us by the lovely Jen from Today in Jen's Sewing Room. If you go on YouTube and put hashtag Friday Sews, you will see lots of other vloggers there and it's just a great community. Jen normally poses a question. For February, we are going to be using our own questions. So my question to you is, how do you plan your makes and not be distracted by other new shiny makes out there? Because I really struggle to get grounded, and I've actually asked my daughter to enforce it a bit on me and make sure that I stick to what I want to plan. It's the whole reason at the moment that I don't do plans videos, because I think with work and my shifts and things, I don't necessarily get as much time as I want to make, and then when I do get to make something or do some sewing, I then get distracted by something else sewing related, but other patterns that are released. You know what it's like, you get an email and you're like, oh, I like that. So yes, that is my question to you all. Tell me how you manage to keep to plan, because it might help me do it. Last week was spent doing my collaboration with Michelle, the menopausal sewer, and we were doing a tale of two Billies. So I spent the week cutting out a 12 for the Billie, and after the fitting and changing how it could fit me, I made the main Billie dress. I'll put a link below for the collaboration video that I did, because you'll see I had a few issues with it, but in the end we got there, and I am wearing it again today. So it's definitely getting worn, so it's quite cozy actually, and although it looks really sunny outside today, it's not very warm. We actually had some frost today, so I don't know what the weather's doing the rest of the week. Anyway, so over the fortnight I did my Billie dresses, and I also attended a virtual sewing room. If you haven't heard of this one before, I have mentioned it. They are over on Instagram. It's run by the lovely Jenny, and if you just search for virtual sewing room, you'll find there are plenty of events, and I have actually booked up for a load of sessions till April. So that's really something to look forward to, because I do enjoy them. The people on there are so lovely, and it's just a relaxed atmosphere. You don't have to have your camera on, you don't even have to chat if you don't want to. It's just nice to have the company, but of course I do have my camera on and I do chat. So I get some sewing done, but I normally try to choose a project that doesn't need a lot of thought behind it, because I am easily distracted. So that was the Monday, and then like I say, I did the Billie dresses. As well as cutting out my Billie sweater dresses, I did actually sew something as well. So not just a garment, I actually made a non-garment. And this was leading up to the fact that I was doing a test for Wild Shore patterns. And this is called the Betty box bag. If you follow me on Instagram, you would have seen this already. I'm fiddling away with it. So this is the bag. It's got this lovely handle so you can carry it, and then it's got little zip tabs on each side, and I use this gorgeous rainbow zip from Little Legs fabric. And you might recognise this fabric because this is what I got from the lovely Sam from So Let's Sparkle with Sam for my birthday. So when you open it up, I used the other fat quarter she got me, which was this gorgeous purple one, and inside it's all binding to cover up all the seams. But that's a lovely big bag. I did quilt it as well with some variable thread just to give it a bit of sturdiness, so I made that. So that's really lovely. Every time I look at it I can think of Sam. And what else did I do? Oh yes, I did have while I was cutting out my next project, which was the test I was doing for Wild Shore, I had a lovely chat with Sam from Sparkle with Sam, so we did a FaceTime, and I did manage to cut one bit out wrong because I was chatting, but that didn't stop me finishing this one. The pattern was released yesterday on Friday, and it's the Jessica tote bag. I wanted something that I could carry my laptop in, so I made this one. I will insert a picture, but you'll see, well, hopefully there's a pocket at the front, but I managed to pattern match it so it blended in really well, and I'll show you how I did that in a minute. I used some fusible fleece for the main body and for the handles, and all this fabric I had as scraps left over from other projects. So this lovely teal floral fabric, which is cotton, I got from Joann's a few years ago when I went to Florida. I have used it before to make a necessary clutch wallet and also a neck commuter bag. So this fabric has done really well. It's made 3 projects so far. And then the purple, I've shown this one before, it's a slight stretched denim, and I used it to make my ginger jeans, so it's all the leftovers I had. So I haven't had to buy any fabric at all. And then inside it sort of laps over, and then you've got this gorgeous purple dotty fabric again that was in my stash. And inside there's actually 3 pockets. I don't know if it's really good to show you on here, but you've got 3 pockets inside as well. So how did I pattern match it? On the pattern piece, it actually shows you where to put the pocket. So what I did was I cut up the sides, and then I, excuse the rustling, folded it back, and I actually sat that, sat that on the fabric so I could then get my pattern piece for the pocket and line it up with the main bag. So that was really handy having that placement there, because that helped me match my pocket, which I thought was quite good. So that was another non-garment make, but I've actually tried my laptop in it, and I just happen to have that next to me. So I put it in. I'm not advertising which one it is. Put that in there, and it's really sturdy, and there's plenty of room for lots of other things. So it's a great workwear. It's a great work bag, as well as anything else I want to use it for. So I really liked that pattern. So thank you to Wildshaw for giving me that opportunity to test it. The next thing I did was on Wednesday, I had a day off. So my daughter and I went for a visit to Legend Textiles. I mentioned them in my last Friday sews when you saw that I bought some fabric from there, because I didn't know they were there, and they're only 25 minutes drive from here. So my daughter wanted some fabric for her drama club. She's doing a production in March, and we're having to supply all their outfits. So obviously I didn't want to spend too much. I was going to make it all from scratch, but then she said to me that they've got to make them look dirty for a lot of them because she's a sailor. So that outfit I didn't really want to spend a lot of time and effort on. So we did buy some bits from charity shops, and I have altered a jacket that was wool from a charity shop into a waistcoat. I will show you a quick picture here of that, but I didn't have to do a lot. My overlocker did most of the work for me. I just cut some bits off and done the overlocking on them to secure them. So I thought that was a good excuse to go and see Josh, and also to buy some fabric, because my other stuff was for my birthday, so technically this was the first time I was purchasing from them. So here we go. What I'm going to do is insert a video clip here, because I did say that when I visited I would try and film. Now it was a bit difficult because there were people there and I didn't think that was fair to film them without them knowing. So I will show you. I tried to slowly video it so you could see all the lovely things on offer, and if it's still available on the website, I will try and insert some clips next to it so you can see exactly what it looks like. I'll be back in a minute. This is your view as you come in the shop. So you've got all these quilting cottons here. There's loads. I'm not going to do it justice on the camera. I'm going to have a good look in a minute. For example, these are £6.50 a metre. All sorts here. They're gorgeous. You've got your blenders, your plains. Some really good colour range. Oh look, purple. I love this one. I've seen this before. I've got a jersey in this one. And you've got some more blenders up here. Oh, look at these. £5.99 a metre. Lots of creams. Your batiks. Really pretty. Oh, this is what I've been looking for, the sewing themed cotton. So I'm thinking of doing part of my catch-all carry with that one. Donuts. You've also got a little goodies table with some more jelly rolls on, and you've got this gorgeous oriental print cotton. I have seen this one and I'm very tempted. It's got some lovely colours. I'm actually attracted to the red for a change, not the purple. But you'll see it if I can pull it out. Josh, don't mind me doing this. Can't remember how much they were. I'll show you from the website. I'm grabbing on my hold of my cottons, and you've got some more dragon ones there, and they're on the website as well. It's just gorgeous. Look at that detail. And underneath we've got some poly cotton, I think it is, bias binding. Yeah, cotton bias binding. Lots of different colours. We've got some really thick, nice thick elastic as well. I'm not sure if they're on the website. is what we're going to get to make a bomber jacket for my daughter. Her request, not mine. So, I did buy some fabrics. The first thing I got, I messaged Josh after my last video. I said that if I could get some more, I was very tempted to make a Sirocco jumpsuit. So I'm going to show you this one first. It's this gorgeous glittery one that I have talked about before. So they had 3 meters left, so I had to buy it all really, and that's going to go in the wash shortly because I'm going to get covered in glitter again otherwise. And then the next thing was for my daughter, and it's a plissé fabric. It's not very thick, you can see it is see-through, but this is for her when she is dressed up as a judge for the play, and because she's going to be on the stage with lots of heat from the lights and everything else, she doesn't really want anything too thick, but that will do the job of cloaking round. So I think we got 2 meters of that one. The next thing I got was some cotton, and I'd seen this on the website and thought this would be great to make some sort of craft item, maybe even my By Annie catch-all caddy. So I'll show you that one. It might be upside down. No, it wasn't actually. And that was reasonably priced as well. I'll put the price on the screen. Then I want to make a few blouses this year because I want to improve my buttonhole skills. And I saw this and I just loved the fact that it was different. It's got cats on it. It would help if I showed you the right side. And you can see there it's really, really lightweight, really drapey. So I got 2 meters of that one, and I thought that would make a lovely blouse. There you go. My husband's colourblind and he can't actually see the red cats, which is weird when you know you can see them, but he could not see them at all. The next one I got for another blouse was this one. Years ago I had something like this as a blouse and I absolutely loved it. So when I saw this one, I couldn't resist. Now the next thing is actually lining. I've got some gorgeous checked fabric from So Confident for the Confident Capsule collection course I was doing, but the coat they've got I'm not totally convinced by, and so I've chosen to make another coat that I've got in my pattern stash, and it needed lining with it. So I got this purpley colour because there's purple in the checks of the fabric. I didn't choose the fabric from So Confident, that was part of the course, but this will go perfectly with it inside. And then for my daughter again, she wanted some pyjamas, and we saw this lovely jersey. So it's checked and it has got a stretch that way, but not that way. So this is the selvage, so the stretch actually goes across, but I think for some pyjama bottoms like the Juno pyjamas again, I think they'd be really good. I got 2 meters, so I think that'd be enough just to do pyjama bottoms, and then we can just do like a plain white top or a slight pink one or anything to go with that one really. So that was that. And then we got her a couple of colours of Ponte, because the Ponte I got is so lovely and soft, and I've bought some, or not bought, yes I did buy some patterns, I know. I got them printed off this week by Flamingo Prints. Liz is brilliant, as usual. I forgot to send her a file for the instruction book I wanted, and then I also said I only had 2 pages for my Andy's jacket by Itch to Stitch, and there was actually 7. So bless her, she's so patient with me. I always manage to forget something. So this Ponte is just a dark grey, and I'll show you the other colour I got with it so you'll see why and what I'm doing. So this is gorgeous blue again, and I bought a pattern which I'll show you in a bit, that it actually has 3 different colourways for it, and I thought that would be a great one to use some of my scraps of Ponte up. And I've got a navy and I've got a green and I've got a black I think as well, so we could try and incorporate these 2 with one of my scraps and she'll get a pullover with it. And then the final thing I got from there was again for my daughter, and I've had this pattern for a while. I'll put it on the screen because it's a bomber jacket pattern, and this is the quilting fabric that I showed in my film, and it's like a lumberjack pattern. I always think of lumberjack when I see this. So that is on one side, and then you've got the quilting on the other side. So this will make a brilliant bomber jacket for her that I've been promising for a while. And I needed 2 meters for it, or just under 2 meters actually, but I always like to get a bit more just in case because she's tall like me. And Josh didn't have quite 2 meters, so he was very reasonable and he only charged me for 1.5 meters. So that was my fabric haul, and I'm now struggling to find places for it, so I need to make some up, don't I? So after my massive fabric haul again, my latest thing I'm doing is the Tilly and the Buttons Rosa shirt dress, and this is my first of my Make 9 plans that I had. So I've cut it out and I'll give you a little sneak preview of the fabric because I don't want to show you till I've done it, but it's this one. So this is just a toile because I've got the corduroy for the actual one I want to make. I haven't pattern matched because it's quite a busy pattern, and I didn't realise how many different pattern pieces were needed for the Rosa. I think I had 12 because you've got French seams at the front, you've got your button placket, you've got side bodice seams, front bodice seam, back, so there's quite a lot of cutting out involved, but I've done all that and I have increased the length because I always have to. But in case you've never seen it, that is the Rosa shirt dress, and you can do it in a shirt or a dress, but I'd like to do it in the dress. So that is my plans for this week, to get that made up, and then hopefully I can start on the real thing, because I'm going to the Stitch Festival in March in London, and I want to wear it then because my friend has made a Lyra dress in the same purple corduroy. We both went to the Knit and Stitching show together and bought it, so we thought it'd be nice to wear them to show how you can wear it different ways. So that's that. Paper patterns that I got printed off this week. The first one is the Malala Sweater by DIBY Club. And I just like how the neck detail is, the collar detail is around there. I just like to have unusual things. That's why I love the Whistler sweater so much. The next one I will put a picture in. It's the Bolsberg Pullover by Itch to Stitch, and this is the one that I was saying about for my daughter as well. It has 3 colourways on it, and I just think that'd be a great stash buster for all the Ponte that I'll have left over when I've made my hoodies. The next one I'll put pictures on because these don't do it justice, I'm afraid, is the Jackson Tee and Pullover. And the reason why I got this one was because at Christmas I made the Helens Closet dressing gown arbutus robe. I had to think then, and the instructions were really good. It fit my son so well, and this is actually gender neutral, so it can be made for male or female body shapes. And then they actually offer an extension pack for nothing, which is for the hoodie. So again, that's a really good pattern because you have various cuts on there of the neckline, the collar, sorry, and whether you want a hood on it. You can have a pocket with it. You can do the t-shirt with the hood. You can do sleeves on it. So it's a really good pattern. So I can see me making quite a few of those for him, because we do struggle to find him anything besides plain t-shirts and hoodies. So again, it'd be nice to fit it properly to him. And then the next thing I got, I believe this was a free pattern, and it's from Friday Pattern Co, and it's the Friday Bateau top. So that was only one page, which is brilliant, because I think it costs like £1.50 a page if you want the paper version of the patterns rather than the tracing paper. The next one I have is for my daughter again. So it's the Pattern Emporium Shoreline top. She does like this style of top, so I thought if I can make her some, I will. Again, I'll insert pictures because I haven't actually got the picture at the front of those because I've already got the instructions printed out. This was one of my Make 9s. I was not going to do this at home because I do print. I have a HP printer and I pay a subscription where you can print so many a month for £4.99, and that was 100 pages, and I suddenly got a bill for about £50 and realised that I'd gone over quite a bit. I thought to start with it was they'd charge me annually for it, but then when I looked back on my charges, I'd actually done it before a few months ago and realised that I've been a bit happy with print buttons, so it actually works out cheaper to get them done by Flamingo Prints. So I'm glad I did with this one because it is 7 pages. But that is the Andy's jacket, again something I want to make for my Make 9, so that's ready. And then the last thing I paid to get printed was the Waves and Wilds Superstar bra. Again, I'll put a picture up here. I just thought it looked really comfortable. There's no wires in it, which is perfect because they're not the best things to wear. So that is another thing that I want to dabble in because I already make knickers, so why not have a matching bra as well? And you can use your scraps, so I'm trying to use up all my scraps if I can, so if I can make matching undies, why not? So what are my plans this week? Well, I have been very fortunate in that I've got some goodies to unbox from Josh at Legend Textiles, but I'm going to do a separate video because if not, this one is going to be far too long. I'm going to finish my Rosa dress. I'm hoping to do my sew along video for the Whistler finally because I'm not back at work now till Friday, and I'm also going to be joining the vloggers tour for the So Frugal this year in March, and that's run by Ruan from the Yorkshire Sew Girl and Sam from Frugalissima. So I'm really looking forward to that, and I need to start planning what I'm going to make to show you. I've got some lovely things that I can make and hopefully share with you, and mine's on the 29th of March, so I'll see you on there. Other than that, that is it for now. If you don't subscribe already, please do. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and any comments. I'd love to see what you've been making, what you think of my non-garment makes, and Legend Textiles of course. And I'll see you for another Friday Sews video soon. Bye for now.